This content may contain material that could be distressing or triggering to some individuals, including, but not limited to, discussions of trauma, mental health, violence, abuse, or other sensitive topics. Please proceed with care.
Carlie, thank you so much for joining us on your damn birthday.
I was going to say, what a great way to celebrate behind the mic.
Carlie rocked up and she said, I feel like I know you. And I was like, bitch, I feel like I know you. We don't. It's our first time meeting.
But I know you through other people.
Yeah,
so it's
we
like
have mutual friends.
Yes.
Obviously.
Degrees of separation.
Yeah, and obviously, and I think that might also happen with like when you have a guest, but like we both have guests, but when we have someone on that's your friend or family member as opposed to my friend or family member, they've also probably spent spent some time listening to old podcasts.
True.
So they get here and they're like, I've heard you speak. I know you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like some sort of parasocial relationship. I don't know.
I think we are.
But we're here, and we have a guest. And I'm really looking forward to this.
We actually have two guests.
We have two guests. We also have Tyson. Can he come up and say hi? Because
upstand. Okay, where are you? He's black on black.
Can you get him on your lap, kind of?
Oh, he weighs
not on your lap, but like just his head.
Okay, where's that?
Let me move this cup of tea.
Come here.
I don't really have to do this. I'm just being annoying.
All right.
Oh,
Just
good
so we
boy.
You want to come up?
Oh, there you go.
There we go. And then we can see him. Hang on.
Wait. Do you have anything to say to the people, Tyson? I understood. Yeah. And you know what? What a monumental moment.
Oh,
good boy.
You won't talk to him. I'll talk to him. Are you happy to be here today? Are you happy that you're meeting new friends?
Yes. Do you want to say something?
Say something to the people, Tyson. Tell us how you really feel, babe.
Don't get stage fright now.
Do you know what I've just noticed? Also, Tyson's our first non-mum guest. Male too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's made the cut. Look out.
Me?
Do you want to go and sit down now?
He's so cute.
Okay, down.
Okay.
Drop.
I've got a couple of photos and videos, but
We can put him up.
yeah, he's so sweet and just like, love him. Now for people, I feel like we should also address why the fuck we have a dog.
Dog.
Dogs.
Yeah, bring your dog to podcast day.
I don't know. Talk to us. I mean, Beck. I don't know. Everyone's
Okay. Let's introduce Carlie. It's her birthday today. She's come on the podcast with us. There's so much behind you and yet so much ahead of you.
Yes.
Oh, that's such a beautiful.
That is, yeah. Thank you for that. It is, and everything's a choice.
Yes.
It is my choice to do that.
Yeah, which we'll find out more about all your choices.
Definitely.
You're a mum to two beautiful kids. Let's start off with, what have they taught you about resilience and perspective before we go into you?
What have they taught me? Forever changing. My daughter's living in England at the moment. She's 20.
Wow.
She's been gone she rang me at 5:30 this morning. Luckily, I was already awake to go to the gym. So she was happy to sing me happy birthday. And, she just teaches me every day how that unconditional love, just no matter where she is in the world, and, it's not always been easy, especially what I've kind of brought to the table, and we might chat about that a little bit later, but just to show the person that little girl, even though she's 20 and taller than me, that human has turned into and authentically shows up, it just blows my mind.
I find it really, is empowering the right word? I don't know. Authentically showing up is just a really, I think you can really tell a lot about someone. I don't know her, I don't know who she is, but the way you've described her as authentically showing up, I'm like, great person already.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know her because you talk so much about her.
Yeah, I just even by saying what you said, I agree with that for a bit for Carlie, just so it sits in between you both. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. So let's deep dive, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So correct me if I'm saying this wrong. Living with retinitis
I'm going to try this.
pigmentosa.
Yeah, good job. Retinitis pigmentosa.
Yes. Let's call it RP.
Yes, right, that's good.
What
That's
the
good.
fuck does that mean? And is that any reason why we have a dog in the room today?
Yes, it is. Okay, I've grown up with a father that was vision impaired. It's the way my life was. And I didn't see his bad years before he accepted his blindness. He started losing his sight when he was a teenager.
Wow.
Yeah, at late teens. Mum and dad met at high school.
Cute.
Yeah, they had that fairy tale, you know.
Like high school sweethearts.
Yeah, like high school sweethearts.
My wife and I met when I was in high school. She had just left, but it was different schools anyway. So like, I like to say we were high school sweethearts because we were the same age, but not necessarily like.
Well, mum and
high
dad
school.
Yeah, mum went to Nepean High and dad went to Penrith High.
Okay, yeah.
Before it was selective, mate.
Yeah.
He used to always say, I went to a selective school, but no, dad. So yeah, it was one of those things. I've got an older brother, 2 years older. And dad had an eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. And early days, it starts off as night blindness.
Night blindness.
Yeah.
Does that just mean like it's harder to see at night?
Yeah, definitely. Like when it's the second the lights, even in a dark room, you lose.
Did he know that that's what, or did he just think, shit, my vision at night? Because my vision at night is shit, but that's due to astigmatism and a lot of other things. So did he know this was going to be happening to him? Or did he just be like...
Did he have a parent that had it too? Like...
My grandma, like finding out, because we're just in the short amount of time I've been alive, the technology is mind-blowing how far we've come. So my dad would have been 75 and turning 75 next year.
Yeah.
So we're talking a little while back when he was a teenager, and my grandma knew that he had RP, but she didn't tell him till I think he got through his teenage years because it wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
And then it was a bit different him finding out, and he hit rock bottom. He went out and drank, and mum stuck with him, and also dad's got a documentary out.
So you know, do you want to tell us what your dad's name?
His name is Carlie Towns.
There's a park in Penrith.
And Glenmore Park, there's a park named after him at the shopping centre there.
So next time you see it, you'll be like,
yeah,
I know your daughter.
yeah. So where the shopping centre is, because he did a lot. After he accepted what was happening to him, he turned his life around and really got on with it, and was the first blind man. He was a pioneer with a lot of things. So I'm growing up with this larger than life figure, not knowing that I carried this disease. I knew I carried it, not knowing I could get it.
Right, you knew there was like a chance, but like...
I could carry it, not get it.
Carry it.
They said girls do not get it. It's the boys. So I've got an uncle that's got it. I've got a cousin that's got it, and my dad had it. And they're all males.
And of course we believe the medical rights. If they said no girls can get it, well, no girls are going to
Well, exactly. And I think that's what my parents as well wanted to believe, that,
And do you have siblings?
I have an older brother, but it's an X-linked chromosome, like it's an X-linked gene.
Yeah.
So a male is an X and a Y.
Yeah.
Female's X and an X. So my dad had to give my brother the Y, and it's X. So my brother's fine.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Genetics are wide.
Genetics. Yeah. He's fine. He could not get it, not carry it. When with me, I got dad's X, had to get it, that had the RP, and mum's X. Now, my grandma and my auntie, they carried it but didn't get it.
Right.
Where I didn't pass it on but got it. So it's just
that's so crazy.
It blows your
So
mind.
it stops with you on your side.
It stops with me because both of my children, I had them genetically tested before I knew I was going blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
So when did you notice, whoa, I'm struggling a bit to see?
I've always had astigmatism,
Right.
because I got that off my grandma as well.
Oh, so that's just fucked you up a bit.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So I've always had astigmatism.
Cool.
Always wore glasses since I was 3. I remember, getting my first pair of glasses at a young age, and always.
Me too. I got mine when I was 5.
What have you got going on?
Myopia.
Okay.
Yeah, so short-sighted.
Sighted, yeah.
And it was,
yeah.
there's a really funny story about this, actually. So my dad has myopia. My mum doesn't wear glasses. She does now, but she's in her 60s. It's for reading, right? Like, it's not like she has a full-blown eye condition. And I was 5, and I started kindy. And a couple of weeks in, my mum says to me, "How was school today, darling?" And I went, "Yeah, really good, but I couldn't see the blackboard." And mum goes, "Oh, fuck," like, we shouldn't say, "Oh, fuck" to a 5-year-old, but she goes, "Oh, we should probably get that checked out because, your dad has poor eyesight, let's get you checked out." So she goes, we go to the optometrist, we see a specialist. I don't remember the type of specialist. And he goes, yeah, like, we really need to slap some glasses on this one, So they put some glasses on me.
Not great.
We're struggling here.
Yeah.
And then I go home and I go, "Mum, I don't think I told you, but I couldn't see the board because there was a tall person sitting in front of me." And then
When you don't tell context.
so 5, like,
You asked a question and I told
and I answered, I just couldn't see the board.
Or I could see when I moved to the right, or to the left.
But in the end, I've been wearing them since I was 5, and with good reason. Like, I obviously need them, and now if I take them off, I'm
Probably
fucked.
best you didn't tell her that there was one person.
Yeah. But I just think it's hilarious that I just neglected to tell her all of the information, and I still needed them.
No, that's,
Anyway.
Love that.
that's genetics for you. It's like playing Russian roulette.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
forward on, I was, back to Dad. He made the most of his life. He accepted what he had, and he was a real pioneer when it come to doing things. I think he just went as a man growing back in that time. He's the provider. How does he make a living out of that? And even to the point, listening to his journey, he couldn't even get a job on the council because back then we did not have
Disability employment services.
exactly.
And when I can't imagine we would have had much to help around that either.
Yeah.
Regardless if you had the skills.
Exactly.
It was great prior to that, you know what I mean?
But a lot of people, I think, were ashamed about things like that back then as well.
Definitely.
Mental health for a man to be,
It's very prominent now, so I can imagine years ago it definitely would have been heightened.
And especially, like you said, like, at first he didn't take it well. He turned to the drink. And like that, that would have...
That was the norm. Not the norm, but that was how people coped.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They didn't say anything.
Yeah. So after that, I was 6 months old, and they had this radical. Mum found this radical bee treatment in England, and
bee treatment,
and what they did was fed the bees on special pollen, and this lady said that she gave bee stings, it would help
around the eyes.
It would help cure vision loss. So Dad, I was 6 months old, so let's do the math on that. That was back in 1979. No, 8. I can't.
How old were you?
I was
6
months old.
So what year were you born in?
77.
So 78.
78.
78.
Early 78. Yeah.
Yeah. So Dad went over for 6 months, and back then we didn't have phones. It was like videotapes.
This man said, "Love you girls, but I want to try and fix my eyes."
Mum, they put money together and would try anything. They were desperate. They just could not see life, I guess. See life as a vision impaired or a blind person.
Yeah,
so,
especially when he was trying to make money and provide for his family, and your mum's obviously probably, I assume, not working, caring for you.
Yeah, and they made it work 6 months, but it didn't cure Dad's eyes, but it changed his attitude. He come back a different person.
Did it improve his eyesight at all?
Did nothing. It got worse.
It was what it was. It was radical.
But you did.
That's hope, right?
Yeah, that's hope.
You only need about this much of it to be like, I'm all in here.
That's crazy. It's like it's interesting to like consider the fact that like he went over, and if anything, it got worse. And instead of being like, "Well, fuck, now what?" He's like, "Oh wow, now what?
Yeah.
What comes next?"
Well, Mum wouldn't have had him back. Mum said, she would have left him if he'd come back with that attitude.
Really?
He think about it.
So this was a do or die for him, and it wasn't just his eyesight on the line; it was his
family.
Exactly.
His whole life.
Yeah, because my brother was 2 years older. He was 3, and I was 6 months old or 1 when he got back. So yeah, he did. Mum said he'd come back a different person, and it was about accepting. And I guess I've had to go on that journey as well. I got diagnosed 9 years ago, coming up in November.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's been bittersweet. It's been a fucking journey.
Do you mind if I ask, is RP something that, at least in your case, it's gotten worse?
Oh, 100%.
And will it continue to
deteriorate? Yeah, definitely. I've gone from 9 years ago driving, working, everything fine, to you've got RP, license got taken off me the day I got diagnosed. Lost my job that day, and I was going through a divorce. So there was a little bit going on.
There's that part where I haven't exhaled. We talk about those moments where we're like, I haven't even fucking exhaled yet.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah.
Oh, Carlie.
Yeah. So,
yeah, it was, I look back now and I just think everything happened when it happened, and it had to happen that way.
That's really nice that not nice, it's wholesome that you have come to that realization and you feel peace with
but
it.
even to know you now, knowing that that's what happened then, I think there's definitely been a gap which we'll discuss more, that you've made the choices to get to where you are now.
Oh, definitely, and not lack of
not by lack of trying.
Trying, but there was times I just could not. I was I'm not a bad person. A lot of people, everybody I work with at work as well, and just within my life, you meet people and they're not bad people. They're just not well. I was very sick. Because, everyone has this beautiful spiritual toolbox, but sometimes we just don't know how to utilize. And that's, for me, I was very, very sick and unable to even see past. I had,
especially when you had everything taken off, you're like, this is all just within a matter of like days, not even. You know what I mean? So,
and like that's, I don't even know what to say. Yeah. That's just insane.
Yeah.
So do you mind if we ask about your 5-year mark?
Yeah, I've just hit 5 years in sobriety.
What?
I should have brought my coin. It's sitting next to my.
You.
It's in glitter.
Huge achievement.
An incredible milestone. What does reaching that mean? What's that point mean for you personally? We just talked about hitting the dark spot.
Yeah.
Then we've got this. What has that looked like for you getting to that point, I guess?
Look, when you grow up, I there was so many good times, so many bad times with alcohol. Alcohol was my
vice.
Exactly. And the thing is, you can buy it in any corner. So
it's so accessible.
Even during COVID, you weren't allowed to do heaps of things, but you could go to a bar.
Yeah, or they would bring it to you.
Yeah, because people were locked in their homes, and yet they had this.
It's so accessible, and it's dangerous. It can be dangerous.
And knowing that my grandfather more or less died of alcoholism when I was 8. So,
your dad obviously turned to the drink when he found out about his eyes getting worse.
And was able to turn it around. But I think with me, I have got an addictive personality. It's all in or nothing, ride or die.
Have you considered being ADHD or autistic?
I have been
diagnosed. I know you. You're one of us.
You are here on this couch.
And I
We need to get a psychologist that sits over there and be like, he's a script.
Would you like some Ritalin?
But I did later on, because working, and it's amazing how, even when all my jobs and that, spirituality has shown up so many times in my life, and I didn't notice at the time what I'm a huge believer of things happen for reasons, universe, guides, everything like that. And I would always find myself, even when I wasn't well, doing a spiritual course or spiritual healing or metaphysics or something. Even the first time in 2009 when I did my first metaphysics year, I left that class and I went, I don't even know what a fucking colour chakra is, but I was there, I just showed up. I knew
somewhere.
Yeah, I knew. I didn't
it's
know,
like you
but
felt
I
like
knew.
you had a calling.
Yes, it was just always calling me. And then a couple of years later, I after that was 2009, I think. A few years later, I went back and done metaphysics again, and went, oh.
Did you feel like the dots started to connect?
And it all connected. It all just went cha-ching, cha-ching, I know this.
Yeah.
Because you can't, if you show up, whether you listen to a meditation or learning or something, you take it in. Your present.
Or especially if you enjoy it and you're like, something sticks for you.
Yeah.
And you're like, I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
So
even if it doesn't make sense for you at the time.
Yeah. It doesn't, exactly. So it was one of those things, and then I went back and done Reiki and spiritual healing, and it's always just pulled me back in. And I do. I'm that chat that I've always had, I used to always, before I knew what it was, you know, and I used to take a drink or whatever else to calm that. The ever ready bunny, you know, the
voice in your head. With
do. And I'd go, how do I quiet you? But now I've learned to live with it. I'm able to.
This one's got bees in her brain, Spec.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Remind me to tell you about when the bees were not great for me.
Yeah, there's bees sometimes get out of control.
Cool. Oh my God, we do have
What
to
were you
tell the
talking about?
story. I just meant like everyone's got bees in their brain. Well, we have bees in our brains.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you the worst time of my life.
Yeah.
Somebody disclosed, like,
Tell her, like,
during
what kind
work,
of-
somebody was at a pop-up.
Yeah.
And I was with another consultant, and this lady, obviously, and it's so bad, when something doesn't interest me, I'm just like, meh, and I've zoomed out. The worst time to be zooming out when somebody's disclosing the disability side to your kid, the severity of it, and how they got there.
So imagine someone's just in there like, oh, Beck's probably been like, do you know someone who has a disability? Do you have a disability? Like,
the kid's in a wheelchair and pretty disabled.
Yeah.
The severity.
There
of
is
it
some
bad.
situation
Yeah.
there, right? And Beck's sitting
I
there.
zoned out in 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Come back through, and I have it because my hearing's shit anyway. I can only rely on body language.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, oh, if I can't hear what they say, surely I can pick something out of that, right?
Yeah.
None of it clicked that day. Nothing was working. But out of that, I zoned back in at the ridiculous time, and I just said, oh, cool.
So here's what about pamphlets. This is the services that we offer. Yada 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 yada.
Thank God the other consultant wrapped it
Stepped
up quite
in.
quickly, stepped in, and then said to me,
Fucking cool. So we often talk about cool.
That's
Yeah,
why.
okay, cool. Yeah. And you don't, and then it doesn't a lot, and then you go, oh.
Yeah, ever since
That's
then,
probably
I
Don't
really,
find out.
I really try to be like, even if it doesn't interest you, listen.
And don't
Good job.
answer.
Yeah, just be like,
Cool. Yeah.
mm.
Give it something better than that.
Yeah. But it's, I like that you said that you've learned to live with it, but also it sounds like you've embraced it a little bit.
Yeah, life's good when you I guess it's like getting dealt a set of cards, and it's like, okay, I've got the Joker in here somewhere, and I've got really shit hand, but I've had to learn how to deal with that shit hand, and you get nowhere in life when you choose to have that energy and that victim mentality. It doesn't suit me. It will not suit my kids. Anything. You attract what you are.
And I always say, when things get like that, you become the too hard basket. People stop asking for you because they think, I don't know how to action something, and I don't want to.
And where my drinking took me to, I was that victim. I was that poor me. I was just the energy. I look back and I can feel just how dark, everything. It took for my daughter not to want to be around me. It took for my mum to say, I don't know how to help you. My last drunk was bad. It nearly took me out. I nearly did not succeed.
What was the turning point?
I was going to say that was going to be my
The turning point.
Was that the turning point? Where you're like, oh shit, I could have lost my life.
Well, I just done dry. This is the madness to my fucking drinking, okay? I just done Dry July because I would do things like that every year to go, I'm not an alcoholic.
I was about to say, because you haven't actually noticed that
You
you're an
just
alcoholic.
didn't want to admit it.
Yeah, I didn't want to admit it.
But you could stop when you wanted to.
Exactly, and I don't drink
I can
about
stop
it.
anytime I want. Yeah.
And we think of alcoholic is down the park with a brown paper bag, homeless.
Or at home by yourself with nobody in
Yeah.
the closet, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And I got to that point as well, hiding drinks, because I just...
And you have a 12-year-old.
I had a...
At the time, he would have been
Very young.
He's 6 or something.
Yeah,
6. Yeah.
He would have been 6 if it was 5 years ago, roughly, like 6 or 7.
And that's
Did he have an idea of what was going on?
Look, he had his own little quirks going on as well, and I kind of knew that, I was a bender drinker, so I'd go days without, go to work, function. I was functioning kind of alcoholic, but then when I picked it up, I could not put it down. Something clicked in me, and that's that addiction, that addictive personality where one's too many, a million's not enough.
I assume you weren't drinking while you were at work.
No.
But-
I worked at Penrith Women's. Don't put that in.
No, we can cut it.
Cut that out. I won't say where I worked.
Or
But
you can tell me and I'll cut it.
I worked at Penrith Women's Health for
Okay.
a while, and in the courts and that. And I guess
You'll
this
get
is,
an edited version of all this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
something
we
else
do
out
forget
if
to
you
tell
want
people that.
and see with that job, and I look at people now and just think, oh, you're not made for this job, because you've got to be able to like go, this is not this is not mine. Someone comes and discloses to you, you've got to cut it off and go, this is not my shit to take home.
Yeah.
And I was that.
Yeah, you've got to be able to cut it and like
take your work hat off.
Compartmentalize, I think, is the word.
Exactly. And that's what I've learned through doing the diploma of counselling and diploma of AOD, and, you know, gone back and studied quite a bit actually. But yeah, that last drunk, it was just I was so sick and tired of being sick and tired and telling myself I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again, or I'll just have one, you know, and losing that, to be so together but not together. And so many people suffer from it, like alcoholism, pills, you know, and it doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't discriminate.
This does not discriminate.
Because like you said, though, you're not the guy down at the park with a broken bag. You're functioning.
No,
you've got a kid at home that is obviously thriving. He's alive. He's being fed.
Yeah.
You've got a job that you've held down well.
Yeah.
On the outside, things look fucking great, actually.
Yeah, really good. But on the inside, they're dying. And I think the people around you start isolating a little bit, and you hang around people that drink like you.
So you don't get spotted.
Yeah.
So you don't look like the shit one sort of thing.
So you don't look like, sticking out like a sore thumb.
Exactly. And
that's something that
my soul wanted better, but there was two parts of me. It was like Jekyll and Hyde. And I knew better, but didn't have the control.
It was like an ego issue, you think?
100%. If I had to put it down to something, it was exactly that. And
because sometimes it is easier to be like, why me? Fuck it.
Yeah.
That is easier. Long term, no, but in the minute, yeah.
And when you were in the thick of it, did you consider like you mentioned your grandfather died of alcoholism and your dad went through a bit of a stint when he turned to the drink? Did you think like, fuck, like I'm just one of them? Like
I didn't know my pa very well, but Dad, he was successful and turned it around. It's a hard one because I think being a mother as well, and oh God, my shoulders are up high. Wait, let me.
Clench your jaw.
Clench your jaw.
How good is it that we can be aware of things like that?
Every time I go to I'm like, unclench your jaw.
Because I want to be able to talk about this because it's my experience, strength, and hope that can help somebody else, and that's how it helped me.
I love that you say that, Carlie, and I fully believe it. But please remember, our audience could fit in this room.
Yeah.
So there's not many of them yet.
No, and that's it. It's got to grow.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I want to share this as well because I think what you guys do is it's authentic, it's grassroots.
The time for that, isn't it? The amount of shit we've shared that we haven't felt yet ready to share, but we've shared. I'm like,
it's grassroots shit.
It is.
Yes. It's so raw, and I'll flick you guys on every now and again and go, oh, I like it. Yeah. Where were we? Anyway, drinking. I didn't want to be here anymore, and the last drunk was. Did
it end up hospitalising you?
A little bit before that, I did end up in hospital because I took myself up there.
Okay, that's handy.
Yeah, and I knew all this. I studied the diploma of alcohol, you know, AOD. And this is how sick I was. This was before like COVID and after I got diagnosed, and my eyes were a little bit better then, and I was up on the whiteboard and I'm looking at the relapse of cycle of relapse, and I'm like, I know so many people with drinking problems. I think I went to the pub that lunch to have a drink at the Shakes. So the madness that comes along, and the thing is as well, alcohol is a depressant. So every time I thought I had it under control to give me, you know, the anxiety, to minimise the anxiety or to give me that,
and you couldn't stop. And you just...
Yeah. But, I'm happy.
It's always to take the edge off.
Yeah.
But then you end up...
One is never enough.
Yeah, but it's to take the edge off and you're like, okay, cool, I'm good.
Yeah.
And then you can't stop, and then all of a sudden you're not anxious, but you're suicidal.
Yeah, because it's a depressant. It's a downer.
Yeah.
So, you know, and I work with a lot of people in my position now, and they come in with drinking, and my position is lived experience mentor and coach. Who I work for know that I'm in sobriety, and I'm okay. When I share, I see a psychologist. I love it. Needed professional help. Get that checkup.
I think there needs to be more lived experiences. When I went to Bulgaria for postnatal depression, it was suicidal.
Yeah.
I felt like when they were talking, it was just very textbook. Like I would have loved to have had someone that said, I get it, and I fully knew that they understood.
Yeah. Clinical is great. Clinical is great.
Sometimes it's time and place. But even my therapist, by the way, Carlie, I don't want you to forget you've got your tea there.
Yeah, thank you.
That's okay. My therapist is special. Actually, guys, I have good news. I graduated therapy.
Well done.
She's like, how did you do that? No, my therapist essentially was like, look, you can keep paying me and we can keep doing this, but I feel really confident in how you're doing right now. I'll always be here, but I don't think we need to have regular sessions anymore.
I love that for you.
Yeah. And I was like, babe, are you trying to get rid of me? And she's like, no. Like, genuinely, with my whole heart, I'll always be here and you can always send me an email if you want to book in or like whatever you need.
Because it would be easier for her to keep taking your money.
Correct.
Yeah.
But right now, she's like, I think you can handle this without me. And if you think better, tell me.
Yeah.
And if you think that you're okay now, but next week you don't realise you're okay, then we'll revisit it. But for right now, off you go. And I went, cool. Anyway. But my point was, his lived experience is that she's autistic ADHD and she's also been postpartum.
Yeah.
And what I needed was someone to support me with postpartum depression.
Yeah.
And I'm also neurodivergent. And her whole thing is supporting mums. Like the organization is called Mother Bloom. So like when I was like autism, ADHD, postnatal depression, I was like, you're me, I'm you.
Yeah.
And like I sit down with her and I'm like, oh my God, I don't have to sit here and explain my whole life story and hope that you understand because I know you do.
Yeah, you
like
just
I know you
You
get
don't
it.
have to mask that much of it too.
No,
Like,
yeah.
oh shit, what's going to come of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're right. Clinical experiences, I guess, have their time and place. But most often than not, we just need a human being to look at us and go, I hear you, I see you.
With no judgment. That's what did it for me. And, you know, like being a mother and admitting that you have to get up in the morning to have a drink to actually function is scary. It is embarrassing. There are so many things that go with that. And I look back now and I couldn't function without that.
Mm-hmm.
My drinking took me to a place, and I'll share one because I do work a program and I will, that's part of my recovery and it's where I'm at. I'm
fair enough. You're comfortable admitting it and you're like, that's just the life I have.
And I just, I'll share it with you guys. I don't know if I'm ready for it to be.
That's okay. You'll receive a final edit, and then if you at any point you go, Izzy, please cut it, I'll cut it.
Yeah, and so this is like a pinnacle moment. I didn't see it at the time, but it makes me sick when I think back, but also proud because I'm no longer there. I was living in a townhouse in Derby Street when I first moved from my ex-husband back into Penrith, and being diagnosed, and just the drinking would go up and down like this. I'd go really good, and I wasn't a drunk that broke things and shit like that. I'd just get on the lounge and pass out. I'd be like an empty shell, you know, because I wasn't doing anything about it. I remember I had money, so kids always had food, and I thought that was okay because they had top shelf food, you know, they would never go starving and that.
And was your daughter living with you, your adult daughter?
Yeah, but a lot of trauma with, she was still a teenager.
She was a teenager, actually, yeah.
And there was a lot of trauma. I look back with her and her father, how nasty he was, and I'm not using him as an excuse for my, you know, I look at it and there was a lot of layers that made me also, not made me, it was my choice, but I become that person.
That led you to that.
Yeah. So she would come and go, court cases, it was a lot of shit. But I just remember this one time, Jed opening
Is this your son?
Yeah, opening the cupboard where the cereal was. And he goes, Mum, what's this? And there was, silly mummy. I kind of was losing my sight a little bit.
So you blamed on the poor eyesight?
Well, it was a half-drunk Canadian club. And I used to stash drinks in my little blackouts. I don't know why. I just did. And I went, silly mummy. I sat it on the fridge on the sink. And when he walked out, I had the shakes. I drank it because that was the only alcohol in the place. It was like hitting the jackpot. For me. You know, it was like 3/4 of a can. Oh, who cares? It's alcohol.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Like,
matter if it was
doesn't
been for a
matter.
week.
It does not matter. And I look back and I reflect.
Does it make you, and I don't want to put you in this boat, but it makes me think of like someone who hasn't got cigarettes and is looking for the butts on the floor.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you get to that point where you're that desperate that
You're looking for the
need
butts.
it.
Yeah.
And what people don't understand is,
I've never thought about it like that.
That's the way it
Yeah.
crossed my mind.
yeah, and you'll do anything to get that
To
hit.
get the hit. Yeah.
But see, with alcoholism, you've got with nicotine withdrawal, you just will do your head in. You 24 hours, you're more or less gone from the nicotine is out of your system, but then you've got the mind that's connected to it. I've given up nicotine as well years ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So yeah, smoking, but even ice or any other drug like that, it's more a mental.
It's a mental game.
Yeah, with alcohol, if I'm working with someone and I sit there and just go, look, I'm not here to judge you, but I need you to know that if you're going to think about giving up, do not give up. You go and talk to a professional because
I've heard about that.
alcohol.
Some people have just given up cold turkey and it's been worse.
Yeah, your body will go into seizures.
Yeah, actually, 100%. Like, some of them have actually died giving up cold turkey
You
because the
do
body
not.
doesn't know how to
Recover, like exist without alcohol in its
Well, your
bloodstream.
body will go into seed, like liver, kidneys, and everything. So yeah, every time I work with someone that's thinking of going, you always say detox or go and talk to your health professional. Don't just
do it on your own.
Just do
You need
it
the
on
help.
your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Especially
it
if
a
they're-
weaning off situation?
Yeah, they do it weaning off. Yeah, and
How is something so accessible?
I know.
Like we know why, but it's so accessible. We have it at dinner tables. We have it.
My dad
with
has a
kids.
red wine every night.
I've had a drink if it's like I've had a drink at your birthday.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
fuck.
yeah,
I don't drink just because I just don't like it personally.
yeah.
And I've actually said to so many people, I said it to Taylor the other day. I said, I don't like calling myself sober because I feel like the word sober is reserved for people who have worked hard for that title.
Yeah.
Like yourself.
Yeah.
But I feel just like I am because I used to like have a drink here and there, and then one day I was like, I just don't like the way it makes me feel. So
and if somebody says to you, if you're out somewhere and someone goes, you don't drink or do you want to drink, I guess depends on the people you hang around with. I come from a family that love a drink.
Yeah.
But they also know with me I can't have that drink successfully.
That's good.
So,
That's good that they understand and they hold that space for you. If someone was to be like, you don't drink, like, no, I just don't like it.
yeah.
And that's the end of it. I just don't like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah, but it's amazing how, people I guess you haven't seen for a long time are like, have a drink. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I used to hang out with you and think that was cool. I am no longer there. Not saying I'm better than.
No,
but
it's
no
the
longer,
fact that
It's not your environment anymore either.
and they obviously haven't seen you for long enough and they've forgotten or something, or they just don't think it's that serious, or they remember but they're just like, oh well, it's not that bad.
But I've lost 30 kilos since I've given up drinking.
That's amazing.
too, so,
Congratulations.
yeah, and it's a choice for me to get up at the moment every morning at 5 o'clock to go to the gym.
I see your post on Facebook and I'm like, I whinged every day I went to the gym.
Yeah.
Like, I see you up there smiling, I'm like, ugh.
Oh, I'm loving it, but there's a reason I'm training at the moment.
Yeah.
So have you?
I know a little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into it though.
Yeah.
So you didn't answer the question. Sorry. What?
No,
That's
you
fine.
didn't answer the
That's
question.
fine. What was the turning point where you were like, I got to do this. I got to stop.
Okay. My rock bottom was I didn't succeed. I guess wanting to be on this earth. Woke up from a blackout with I guess, and I've not really shared this on a
we can cut this.
yeah. I
Talk about it, and if you want to
pills.
cut it, okay.
I had pills. I had taken a few. I guess I must have passed out, but it was like my higher power or my dad. I woke up to a AA meeting on. So in that, I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't
Just
know.
wasn't your time.
It was
So
like
you feel like you
my
remember taking the
subconscious,
pills?
taking, but I knew I didn't take enough. I think it was that, oh, poor me, I remember that, but I knew I could have went one or two ways, and I woke up to not all of them taken, and an AA meeting on, a Zoom AA meeting on. And I just went, how
Were you at home with the Zoom AA meeting?
Yeah, they're run 24/7. Through COVID, AA opened up on a different platform.
Great.
So worldwide, 24/7, you can get on an AA meeting, an NA meeting, Narcotics Anonymous, I think SA, GA. COVID was really good for opening up doors for people.
That's great.
Yeah. So, and I knew because I was studying that this was available. So it was like my subconscious just went, for fuck's sakes, Carlie, it's never going to be a good time. Okay, next time it's just going to get worse. And I knew this. My next drug was just, it doesn't get better. So I knew all this knowledge.
That's crazy that, like, you don't even remember getting to that AA meeting, but you.
And I think the time before that, I did ring Lifeline. Just my blackouts were getting, and the kids weren't there. I sent my son away to his dad's, and Lily was off doing her thing, and my mum just went, I can't help you anymore. I don't know how to help you.
And then that's when you would have felt at your lowest.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
I'm
I'm fucked.
Yeah, I'm going blind. You know, even my dog didn't really want anything to do with me. Like, his energy was just not. And I went, everyone hates me. But what a beautiful experience to grow. Like, it was like, fuck you, I'm going to do it. I'm going to smash it doing it. So, you know, the empowerment that come out of that last relationship, I've done more. I've done more in 2 years than I have probably in a long time. Bought my first house.
Congratulations.
Bought a pretty up in Queensland, built a house.
That's amazing.
Someone's renting that now. Moved into this new place, which is beautiful. It's got beautiful energy.
It's like a little you walk into like a little healing centre. I'm not even joking. I expected it to be small. I walked in, also it's like, what is like Willy Wonka the chocolate factory? You walked in and the nurse was like,
it's like really big. Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I could move me and my family into this. It's fucking massive.
Wow.
And it looks like you're walking into like a little retreat centre. Like, I'm waiting to be like, just sit down in the arrival room and wait for like something to happen.
A green tea and a massage.
Yes, come upstairs to my office. But yeah, it's, pardon me, it's been a journey, but God, how lucky am I? You know, what I've got is not, I've got more than what a lot of people have, and I'm fucking blessed.
Yeah. I love that. I actually like.
I wake up, and I'm going to get emotional here. I am so grateful for what I have got. That I don't even have room.
My periods.
I don't.
And I'm on my IVF bed, so I'm punctual hormones. I'm donating my eggs. So I'm doing IVF at the moment for my egg donation, so I'm just highly sensitive.
Yeah.
Continue.
Please continue. I want to hear it.
No, but I don't have room to, like, even the job I do. I have, you know, where I work.
I know. We're not going to talk about it.
No.
We never mention it by name.
Yeah. And, you know, the position I have there is a lived experience mentor and coach. And, yeah, we've got to be really careful how we
say what you want. Say what you want. It's fine.
We can cut it and then you'll get the energy cut.
But I just want to say, it's come across, okay, I'm so grateful with it for the people I do work with, because sometimes I can see some people you cannot help. You know,
and I agree with that.
Yeah, no matter what you do, how you show up,
they're not ready to accept them.
They're not ready. And how I I work with all clinicals, but I'm the mentor and coach. People come to me and just go, I can't do this, I can't do this. And I go, look, stop for a minute. There's a lot of things I can't do either, but I'm here to help you. Tell me what you can do. You know, I stop, no disrespect, but if you're coming here to telling me what you can't do, I'll get you in with one of my colleagues that are clinical and we can work. I don't counsel in mine. Let's work with what we've got. Let's work with what you got. And straight away, I've probably had 2 people since I've been there that I've just gone,
this doesn't feel right.
It doesn't feel right. I need to hand it over to clinical.
Yeah.
A clinical approach.
And you can usually tell when they're going back a lot too. So.
Yeah. And you guys who I work with as well can call it as well. If it rarely gets to me where it's definite clinical. You know, I love to motivate people, and it motivates me. Like, this job fills my cup up.
How do you get to work, out of curiosity?
I live very close to the Penrith office.
Yep.
So taxi in the morning. I would walk, but I've got a laptop. I think my bag weighs about, with lunch and that, I think we weighed it in at about 8 kilos.
Yuck.
And plus the POG. So it's usually a $5 taxi to work. And to get home, my son's got a support worker as well on a Wednesday, so she'll come and pick me up. And my support worker that is my son's and mine, she's one of the people doing Base Camp Everest with me next year. So that's Paula, she's brilliant. So yeah, we get around, and then at Blacktown, she will drive me down on a Tuesday morning to Blacktown. And because he's such a big dog, he got trod on the train coming home. And he's too big.
He's like a gentle boy.
And dogs have no idea why you. I've heard my dog falls all the time, especially the bigger ones, because he thinks he's smaller. And there's a thing that dogs have no idea why you actually knock them in the head.
Yeah.
So they literally just think, she just whacked me in the head.
Yeah.
And no idea why.
Yeah. So, and I can't see good enough now, especially in the dark. People are on their phones like this. They've got their hands up. They're not even concerned about what's happening around them. And it's just trauma. I don't want him to get
freaked out
on public transport. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's your way around.
Yeah. But, you know, and it's something, I've got the NDIS, so I might as well utilise it. So that's what it's there for. So Paula's started to come and pick me up on a Tuesday when I work down Blacktown as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, but, yeah.
Climbing some big fuck off mountain, I hear.
Just the biggest one in the world.
Yeah.
I've done, I was just saying to Beck on the way here, I have done, when I was fully sighted, Kokoda.
Okay.
Yeah, because Dad, in the year 2000, my father left on the 4th of January. He was 48 years old, which I turned today, 48.
That's like the white line for you now.
Yeah.
Like with my mother passing, they talk about that when you get closer to their year of their death. With my mother's is 56.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you get closer to their year of death, for you, that's your life expectancy.
Yeah.
And so while I'm only 43 this month, I've still got a while to go.
Yeah.
But I look and I think
You're
not
closer.
far off that then not.
You keep getting closer.
So that's my white line for life. So I felt that as soon as you said, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. So that's, you know, he was 48, which I'm 48 today. And he was just on another mission. Like, he'd done Ironman triathlons. He was the first blind man to jump out of a plane unassisted with headphones. Your dad was a pioneer. He'd done a lot of firsts. First blind man to get his scuba diving license. Like, just madness. He was
like
always
weird shit though.
Weird.
Like,
Yeah.
talking about
Coming
shit.
back and just being like,
Fuck it, I'm getting my scuba diving license.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jump out of a plane unassisted.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that with his great vision.
Yeah,
I'm
his
not
joke would be, someone would go, how do you know when you're close to the ground? He'd go, easy, I'd lengthen the lead on the guide dog, and when it went loose, I knew the ground was coming up. That was his, yeah, he was. But
he was 48.
Yeah, 48, and he left on, I actually, funny, we'll take it back a little bit because this is just a beautiful, to show a little bit of my dad. I was 22 years old, and it was the millennium. So we're going from 1999 to the year 2000. So I was 22.
I was 3 years old.
Yeah, there you go. And Dad, this big trip, but the trip on the 4th of January was going to be a training trip for being the first blind man in the world to attempt to climb Mount Everest. So he was going to Nepal, but to climb Mirror Peak, which Mirror Peak sits at about 8,000.
You have like a little newspaper article thing on your Facebook.
Yeah. And so he had this mad, Mum had tickets to, because we lived on Nepean Avenue where the log cabin was.
Yeah. I went there for my birthday at the log cabin.
Well, it was the old log cabin, and Mum had tickets for the millennium, and it was going to be the biggest party, you know, and Dad goes, nah, I don't want to go. And Mum goes, well, what are you going to do? He goes, I'm going to ask, he called me Pud. He goes, I'm going to ask Pud to go up to climb Mount which one is it, Mount Kosciuszko, and sit on top of Kosciuszko. And he goes, she won't do that, because I was a big party girl. And for 3 months, I'd get home from work, and he'd be sitting in the kitchen, and he had a moustache, and he'd have his coffee, and he'd go, hey, Pud, come up Kosciuszko with me for the millennium. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, but he'd warm me down.
Yeah.
You know, and he'd say, think about it. He goes, you know, when you're a mother and your kids say, hey, Mum, what you do for the millennium? You could go, oh, I went out, got drunk and forgot about it. Like, I don't know. Or you sat up the top of Kosciuszko with your dad and...
I mean, it sounded spicy, but I'm still getting drunk.
Yeah. Well, I ended up doing it.
Yeah,
we drove to Threadbow, walked in, and I said, can we get three? I went with my boyfriend at the time, and I said, can we get 3 chairlift tickets up to Everest? And Dad just goes, oh, my God, she gets mucked up. We're like,
yeah.
He goes, Kosciuszko, we're not in Nepal.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that one. So, and we, went up the top and then hiked up to the top of there was Kosciuszko, and there's a monument up there, and there was one portaloo, and it is...
That's all you fucking need.
That's, one or two, which had to get helicoptered up there because you're in the middle of nowhere. And there was tents. We took our own tents up, and it was freezing at 11, probably 55. It started snowing, and the snow was going horizontal. So we come out of our tents, and we had red wine and anything that didn't freeze. It was so cold up there, and probably about 40 of us walked up to the top of Kosciuszko just for the millennium. And somebody let fireworks off, and they just went straight off the side of the mountain, didn't even go up. It was unbelievable weather. And Dad goes, go next to the monument. And I went, oh, okay. So we've got him over to the monument. As the countdown, he grabbed him. Dad was 6'2", I'm 5 foot.
Yeah.
I'd like to say 2.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, 5'2" today. I'm feeling tall. And he had the monument here, and I think the monument come up to about there by memory. So on him it was to about there, and I'm thinking, oh, whatever. And everyone's like, 5, 4, 3, and he's grabbed me and gone, hold on. And he's put me up top, held my legs, and on the millennium, he goes,
this man can't see. Let's just think about it.
He felt his way.
This man cannot see.
He felt
feeling this.
You've got
he felt where it was. He knew exactly what he was doing. And at 12 o'clock, I had my hands up, and then somebody tried to jump on as well. And I just went, okay, put my hands up, and, blah, blah, blah. He goes, you were the highest person on terra firma for the change of the millennium.
Wow.
So I was the highest person, and I kind of look back now and go, oh, my God, that is so cool.
And, his brain just went,
yes.
This is a good idea.
Yeah, let's go up.
The trust in
yeah,
everybody done with their parent.
My
this
dad.
Man, and that's what gets me, is this man cannot fucking see.
No.
And,
he knew. He was very, very wise.
But you know what?
But I also
understand. She would not fall as long as I got her.
Yeah, and not only that, but I understand, obviously your spatial awareness just develops in a different way.
Yeah, I know I'm going to reach for my cup of tea, but I know there's,
You've got a mic there.
Yeah.
Thank you. That happened, but then we drove home the next day, and it was so funny because dropped him back to Nepean Ave, and me and my boyfriend at the time thought, we're going to a barbecue, we need to catch up. We had a few drinks, but nothing big. The parties were pretty big over that. Yeah. And he rang me and he goes, you've got to come home, Pud. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he goes, the Guinness Book of Records are here. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, well, somebody mentioned that you were the highest person on terra firma for the change of the millennium.
Look at my arms.
And then you actually in the Guinness Book?
No, well, this is my dad, right? I get home and he goes, I'm only joking, but I just wanted to give you a hug. That man was always just full of beautiful little things. 4 days later, I said goodbye to him, and I never saw him again.
Oh.
He passed away on the 20th of January. We got a knock at the door after celebrating Mum's 49th birthday up at the log cabin. We'd just come home with Mum and Dad's friends, and there was a knock at the door. Our house was really big and long, and it was like the party house as well. My parents loved a good karaoke and a good barbecue, and we got a knock at the door. It was probably 12:30 at night, and I thought it was just Mum's friends from across the road coming back, and I've just heard Mum scream, and we had 2-story ceilings, 1-story house, but 2-story ceilings inside, so it just cringe echoed, and I just ran up the hallway and went, what happened to Kane, my brother?
You thought it was him.
Yeah, Dad was untouchable. He's invincible. He just was on one of his journeys again, and all I heard was he died on the mountain.
Which mountain was he on?
He was on Mirror Peak.
In Nepal?
In Nepal.
For Mount Everest.
Yeah. He was on his training, so just to assist the mountain to Everest.
And was it just the thin air?
He died of altitude sickness. And he died at 6,300. We're going to be tracking to 5,200.
So does that number make you feel safer?
Does
the number being lower?
Judging by that breath, just then.
Does that make sense? You know the number, like obviously 6,000 something you said.
Yeah.
Does that number make you feel safer?
I don't know why I don't know why I'm doing this.
Because I was just about to say something in your fucked up head.
Yeah.
Sorry, Carlie. First of all,
now that I'm sitting
to know
here,
that you're
something in your brain is
I'm
like,
going to complete this.
something this feels right, actually.
Yeah.
But
So it scares the shit out of me and excites me at the same time, and life's too long to live with regret. I'm not, my body, someone goes, why are you doing the gym 5 o'clock every morning? Because I fucking can. I used to work with old age people, used to work in high care dementia and palliative care till the day I got diagnosed in people's homes, and I did that for 10 years nursing.
So you would have seen the flip side of what it looked like to get old and not live.
when your body stops working anymore.
But I've also seen the people that said no to too many things they should have said.
So
yes
they
to.
like say you don't die when you're too old. There's a part of you that can die before
That
you're
dies
old.
sooner.
Yeah. And it's the ones that were happy and dribbling and shit with dementia were the ones that lived their life. The ones that were cranky old farts that they were the ones that lived with regret. You could feel the energy. So I was thankful to work in that, to go, no, I've just got to do things. Yeah, I've got to do things differently. And I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. You know, I walked into looking for a job for them to support me because I thought I could never go out and just get a job because now I have got a disability. And I don't have to work because I'm voluntary. But I want to. And things that have happened since then, it's like the snowball effect. You know, I had the opportunity to buy a house as a single woman. Now I've got to pay a mortgage. So the universe is saying, no, keep going. I just manifested my own business. I launched it. Launched it last week. And I'm going on a gut. This is not thought through. This is just
feel wrong at this point.
It scares the shit out of me and excites me at the same time. So yeah, I've learned to say yes, worry about the if, buts and what's later. I can always say no. But I might only get one opportunity to say yes on it. And I work with my clients all the time and just go, say yes.
I love that.
Say yes. We can always say no. It might
You can
not.
always change your mind.
You can always change your mind, but
you might not get the opportunity to say yes again.
Exactly. And
again, it comes down to you have a choice. You can opt out at any time.
I can opt out.
But you don't always get the chance to walk through that door again.
Exactly. And even with the job I'm doing, on the third time, I heard the name and just went, what does that even mean? And my EC at the time was like, just talk to them. And
You mean the job title?
Well, even the job.
Yeah.
Even the job to talk to the CEO of the company. I'm like, I don't get it. So, yeah, when we spoke together, she goes, no, she saw something in me I could not see in myself.
And those are the best kinds of fucking people. Because for me, that's...
She came out to our other store before.
Yeah, yeah. But
those are the best people that you're like. Sorry, what you just said. She sees something in me that no one else sees. Or that's not. Although I can see myself.
I couldn't see.
For me, that's Beck. So
So
that's you.
I love
for me.
that. I love that.
Stop it.
We're so obsessed with each other.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
More people need to go, you know what, you've got this.
Yeah.
Because I looked at job titles and she's like, you can fucking do that with your hand behind your back. And I'm like, you know the fucking job title, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
and she's like,
you could
no. Lived experience.
My best friend, Maddie. I don't know if you know, Maddie started a cake business. Maddie has made both my son's birthday parties. Made his cake. She makes me a cake every for my birthday. Taylor's getting
these cakes are amazing.
And I'm telling you, I don't know if you've tried Maddie's cakes, but if you haven't, you're fucking missing out.
I didn't know Maddie made cakes.
It's a shame you can't see them, truly, because they are beautiful.
Maddie, our Maddie.
Maddie, my best friend Maddie. Our Maddie.
She's our Maddie one.
She's our Maddie.
She's our Maddie. Yeah, can you make sure she sees this? I will fight you for Maddie.
Maddie is one of the most talented cake makers I have ever met in my life. They taste exquisite. They look
the look
professional.
Was great.
Oh, she is, and I will plug it, Sweet Winds Cakes. Everyone follow fucking now. She is so, and they taste delicious, Carlie, right? And this bitch has the fucking hide. She's making her Instagram, and I know a little bit about.
Oh, I love this.
I know a little bit about social media marketing. Yeah. So she's in my ear, like, what do I do here, and how do I promote? And I'm like, let's build this for you to make sure we get the most out of it, and that other people are seeing it, because that's what I like to do.
Yeah.
And then I fucking notice that Maddie has in her bio amateur cake.
I see that.
And I was like, Maddie, delete that now. And she was like, no, because, I'm not a professional. And I was like, now, I need it gone. I don't think she deleted it.
No, it's still there.
It's still there? Okay. But I'm in her ear about it. I'm like, delete that shit now.
Yeah,
because when I've seen your cake that you made, I've seen these cakes on Instagram.
Yeah.
For like aesthetic purposes.
I got photos of Maddie's cakes and I put them in ChatGPT and I was like, does this look like the work of an amateur? And ChatGPT said no. And then I showed Maddie and Maddie was like, ChatGPT has to say that. And I'm like, Chat is not a friend. It is a robot.
Yeah, it is a robot. Now you put yourself out there. If I can do it, you can do it.
You listening, Mads? I hope you're fucking listening. You're my best mate.
But I also think this is why your job as the lived experience person works.
Yeah.
Because people then can't bullshit. Like, because you're like...
glass table.
Sorry. I was thinking that's not the best. We are learning.
Do I put it on my foot first if I can see my foot? No.
But people also then can't be like, well, I can't do it because you're going to be like, are you taking the piss? What?
Yeah. I sit there with Tyson and go, they'll come in and go, oh, I've got carpal tunnel. I'm like, and? Do you want to go on the DSP? Like, I can get very... I've got to be mindful as well because I do get very frustrated sometimes. Yeah. I've got to go, bite my tongue. They're really going through this and you don't know where they've come from. You don't know their trauma. You don't know.
You know their file.
Yeah.
But you don't know everything else.
What it's the depth to, do they really believe? So I work, okay, what are your barriers? Let's try to work, if this is real for you, I'm hearing you. And it's amazing when somebody says those words, I'm hearing you. No, I'm not here to judge you. I'll say that to somebody. I'll say, look, I'm not here to judge you. How can I help you? And they sit there and go, no one's ever asked me that. I don't know. And I'm like, well, let's have a chat. Let's get to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
You have to come here because that's what you have to do.
It's an obligation, yeah.
So how can I help you without, I'm not here to set you up for failure. And you hear people go, I said, I can see you.
Because automatically they have their back up.
Yeah.
They need to be on the attack, like, oh God, what can you do for me?
Yeah.
But they're also not used to having a lived experience person because I've never seen it the whole time.
Yeah.
So to have someone that's visually impaired as well,
yeah,
as so much lived experience, how can you say I can't do it?
Yeah.
So right.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Because even I'm looking like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? She's about to take a Mount Everest.
Do you know what's funny? Just to be honest.
I was in the car like, I've always wanted to do the Dakota trial. She's like, what I did, and I'm like,
great, I'll just go
do
fuck
it.
myself.
Yeah, do
it.
it.
Sack potatoes at this point.
Do it.
Yeah.
There's not the only person.
There's nothing. Hey, for me.
Get out your own way and go and do it. The only person getting in your way is you.
Me.
Yeah.
I know. And I can't be angry. I can't be like, shut up.
And it's amazing how people like this trip to Everest. It was going to be last year. I've even got a thing I was going to do Peru, Machu Picchu, because I just thought I work better.
Some people do that for the altitude.
Yeah,
beforehand. The exposure to the altitude. Yeah.
I work better when I've got goals. It's just the way I, when I've got something to aim,
to work towards.
Yeah. So, last year was Peru, Machu Picchu, and I even did a post. It's on my Instagram. It's like, I'm going to do this. And time got away from me. I think I went and worked and I was going to do T&E training and assessment, cert 4, because I can't sit still for some reason.
I might not fucking fly.
I'll do another. I've got real estate certificate. I've got landscaping and design. I've got event management. Why not?
This bitch's resume.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I'm in a resume, but I'm just looking like she's got a few certificates. She's not stupid. I'm not too sure why nothing's clicked in the sense of what's happening. You seem to have your life sorted, but there's just a little piece that's like,
that's not right.
There's still
Wiggling about. It's the last two brain cells rubbing together in your brain trying to make a fire.
Oh yeah, look, there's a castle. Okay, what were we talking about?
Yeah.
What? Am I hungry?
Did I forget my dog?
Have I got a dog?
yeah.
Have I got a dog? Where's the kid?
He blends
Oh
into
my
the carpet.
God. Yeah, the madness sometimes. But I learned to love that.
Yeah.
You know, it's the quirks. My son's on the spectrum. My daughter's
As are we
ADHD.
all.
It's the fucking madness, and I love it. I love my life.
I think that's what we've been doing the last couple of months. We've learned to like appreciate all the shitty parts of us. Not too long ago, we did a letter to our younger selves.
Oh, I saw that.
And I think then we realised that
Stop it, because I'm still going to cry about that.
it's like shit, but we have learned to accept all that about us and learn to be like,
and not only
what are we going to do? Like, what's our alternative?
Yeah.
No, I think it's like we've learned. Okay, yeah, Beck and I have been on this journey of like learning to love all these parts about ourselves, and that's great. But like, it means the world of a difference when you have. And Beck and I often say that we are each other's mirror.
Yeah.
Like,
Love that.
We've had experiences before where we've called each other and been like, "Am I the dickhead?" And the other one's like, "Yeah."
Like, she's probably the only one that could be like, I think the problem's you.
And you could honestly
And I
go,
could be like, oh,
okay,
fuck.
I might need to look
Whereas
at
somebody
that.
else, I'd be like, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
No, hang on, sorry.
I won't accept that. But I don't like taking orders, not orders. I don't like listening. I don't like rules. They don't apply to me. Same with my daughter. But Izzy's probably the only one that can actually, like, besides my husband, that can, like, put me in my place and be like, well, fuck, you know?
Yeah, look
And
at
I think it's because you know hand on heart that it's like, especially Chris and I have always done that out of love for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not for any other reason.
Yeah.
There's no competition, and I think that's the only space I have these days for people in my life. If somebody comes with me with that energy of it's hard work, it's just like, sorry, but I don't have room at my table anymore for fucking drama.
Yeah,
my life's hard
And
enough.
sometimes it's not even drama, but it's just negative
It's just
energy.
I was going to say, I heard this beautiful thing the other day, and it was it said, you know, when you get well and you look back on when you weren't well, things that you thought were okay back then will repulse you now.
Yeah.
And I do cringe when I look at ex-partners. And I do cringe.
I feel that way about ex-friends.
Yeah, even
I feel that way about
friends.
ex-friends. And I look back and I'm like, who the fuck?
Yeah,
But not only that, how did we accept the better women?
because we were there.
Yeah, like what? And
You accept the love you think you deserve as well.
Yes,
And even now to find somebody, you know, I have got that space in my heart to go, I deserve to be loved. But
Are you single?
yeah, single.
Well, that's the way you like it.
Yeah, but I would love that company. And I was even in bed in my beautiful place, and I've got the balcony, the sun shining in, and I'm, you know, laying there, and I thought, God, do I need a man or whoever? I don't care. If somebody brings me love, I've got no judgment on what that is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I'm to an age
She's
now.
an open book.
I'm an open book.
And do you know what?
And you know, I don't know.
Peace and love.
Yeah.
If knock on wood, if anything ever happened to me and my husband, chances are I'd be like, I'm happy with whatever at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think we get to that age and to that point where we've done so much, and we're just like, I just want to be loved, whatever that looks like.
Unconditional.
By whoever.
Yeah,
by
no
whichever
judgment.
gender.
Whereas before we would have been, I'm only dating guys.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what's
not that
interesting,
I'm
though?
after a girl.
Do you know what's
If
interesting
that's
is
what
that-
gets me love that I feel.
That's exactly
I'll
right.
take it.
I came out when I was 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's young.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of queers, like, that's young.
Yeah.
Then Tay and I met when I was 17, and we haven't spent a time apart since, really.
Wow.
We got married last October, and the April before that, our son was born.
I love
Right?
that. Yeah.
Oh no, 2 Aprils before. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I have always said, tried and like, I am a lesbian till the cows fucking come home, right? I am a lesbian. I love that word. I took a really long time to come to terms with that word because I feel like a lot of the time it was used disgustingly.
Yeah.
And then I flipped that narrative and I was like, no, fuck it, I'm a lesbian. But I've said it to anyone who will listen, even Taylor. I've said, I'm a lesbian, but if anything were to ever happen with
Taylor's going to be like,
and a man happened to sweep me off my feet, I wouldn't second guess it. There's not one part of me that would go, I thought I was a lesbian. What does this mean for my identity? It would just be, well, that's not what I thought was going to fucking happen. And I
didn't see that coming.
Correct. I didn't see that coming. And I also wouldn't actively go out in searching for a man. But if it happened to fall in my lap, it is what it fucking is.
I think that's how I would feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't be swiping on Tinder for a man.
No,
but I
was tempted.
But if one bought me a drink and we got chatting and
the vibe broke,
the vibe was right, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like,
and even because I do a lot of work on feelings and energy and that, and I was laying there. It was a couple of months ago now, just in the new house. Like I said, sun was coming up. Right, it was like out of a movie. I was just, and I had the space just there, and I went, oh, am I lonely or am I thirsty? So I got on my iPad and ordered Uber Eats. They brought me coffee and breakfast. I was thirsty.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
As long as you got an answer.
Yeah.
I like the...
Am I lonely or am I thirsty?
Yeah, I needed a coffee.
Yeah.
So a guy brought me a coffee.
And you paid him for that service.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he left.
Is there such a thing? Because I bet,
there is such a thing.
Nah, guys.
There's a niche in the market for that.
Serious. One of my really good friends, I've got who's doing base camp Everest. We've got my daughter, 20-year-old
She's
Lily.
doing it too.
I'm flying her over from England. We're meeting. She's coming over on the 6th of April from London into Kathmandu.
Yep.
And myself and Alex, which Alex I had breakfast with this morning. Her fiance is Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Alex and Chloe's peeking because I'm taking her missus over to
overseas. Yeah.
Alex has just turned 35, and Alex's energy is beautiful. She picks me up as she drives past to take me to the gym at 5:45.
Bless her soul.
Yeah, she's beautiful. And then Paul is the other person, which is a support worker turned. Yeah. And we're very diverse because Paula is dark African.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is can you say it for me? LGBTQIA. Sorry, and I don't mean any disrespect by that.
You just forget.
Yeah, my brain just goes letters. Yeah. No
fine.
disrespect at all.
No.
And then me with vision and on the spectrum, and then we've got Lily. We don't know.
Did you say she's got ADHD?
Yeah.
There it is. Slap her in there.
So I've got this beautiful energy of
That's a
young
really lovely
energy.
collective
Yeah.
of women.
Yeah. So
Really lovely collective
And
of
it would
women.
make for a great vibe.
Yeah.
A great little community.
I'll be like the mama.
But I'm very big on a village.
Yeah.
Like you create your village, and they're the people that you want to love wholeheartedly,
Yeah.
and you would want at your dinner table.
Yes.
Regardless of the circumstances, because they're there because they love you for you.
Well,
Not because they have to be,
Mm.
not for anything that you pay them for a service, or like they genuinely like you for you.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And that's why I know that I didn't climb any mountain, but like that's how I felt when I was doing my birthday plans. Like my birthday was on the weekend, and like all my friends and family.
When was your birthday?
The
Just
28th of September.
September. So just
Last Sunday.
last Sunday. We're not even a week apart.
Libra Queens. I know.
Yeah.
No, but when I was planning that, I looked at my guest list and I was like, none of these people are friends. And then I had my parents and my grandmother. But everyone that was there, they only knew each other because of me. But like now you and Maddie are kind of mates because of me. Do you know what I mean? Like you didn't really know Maddie before me. And like, I don't know. My point is that like you guys were all there for me.
Yeah.
And like, that's all that mattered.
Yeah, they come together. You were the common denominator.
Correct. It's not like I have one big group of friends
Yeah.
and we're all mates together.
That's,
And like,
that's how we picked our wedding list. Like I said, the only
Yeah.
immediate family was our siblings and one auntie.
Parents.
An auntie from both sides and her parents. The rest of it was friends because I looked at it like, who would I have to sit in my house at my kitchen table?
Yeah, who would you want?
Because for starters,
Right,
I came to
dude.
come.
Yeah,
But not only that, who would I want to be sitting at my table?
yeah,
That's who I would want to come and enjoy a good time with us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Not family because it's the book and you have to.
Mhm.
Because I really couldn't give two fucks.
Mhm.
And there was a lot of people that were, oh, how come I got invited? No problem. Probably a reason for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. And as you get older, it's not about pleasing anyone. Like I
No.
don't. like I said, I learnt so much from my last trauma bond relationship. He used to come at me and go, "You make me feel," and being, I don't know why I'm bringing this up. Things drop into my brain, and I've got to
That's
say,
fine. Say it.
but I've got the people in my life that I don't have to even have those conversations with, or they don't bring those feelings. Like, I don't get held accountable for somebody else's actions and feelings.
Yeah.
And little things drop in my life, and I mean, like even this conversation now, I'm so grateful. I'm full of gratitude to even be sitting here with you girls.
Oh,
No, but
I feel like we're lucky to have known you.
you're doing charity work today.
Yeah.
On your birthday.
Yeah.
I
Hey.
feel like a Make-A-Wish child.
Yeah.
I really do. I feel like a Make-A-Wish child. I'm not even fucking kidding.
I mean, we're here just trying to get through the fucking week and calling each other having meltdowns, and you're about to fucking climb mountains. Like,
She is climbing mountains.
she is sick. But, I mean, who's a better one here?
I can't see what I'm really doing, so it's all that madness. But yeah, my business, I want to tell you
Yeah, tell us
about
about
my
it.
business.
about that.
I do like where I work, but I also feel in this day and age I can start something. I don't want a huge company.
The goal to like work for yourself independently.
Definitely. And there's an opportunity coming up to kind of do the mentor and coaching, but I'm a Reiki healer. I do spiritual healing.
My
So-
auntie who I want to have on the
Oh,
podcast
yes.
is doing healing.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity there for me to, and I do sessions, but up until now, my worth would be, no, just come. I think I've charged one person, and I've got to work on that as well because it's.
I also seen a thing that said you can buy a bottle of water for 99 cents.
Mm.
You can buy the same bottle of water for $5.
Mm.
People will pay for it.
Where you need to be paid.
It's hard because you're like, how do I put a price on this?
Well, see, the thing is as well, I've got a mortgage, so I'm a lot more.
Yeah.
Before I was getting by on a blind pension, but now I've set my life up where I have to make a certain amount. I have got rent coming in, but
That doesn't matter.
Stability.
You've got to finance your bloody life.
yeah. And the stability. So I'm excited. It excites me.
Bills aren't getting paid off soon, love.
No love, no crystals are paying the bills yet. But it excites me and scares me at the same time. And anything that does that, it's like, I want to try more. It's like a drug.
Like a dopamine.
Yeah, it's like there's something there. And this, I actually wanted the business Inspired Vision. But when it comes to speaking to my accountant, I've only just done this in the last 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I just went, fuck it, there's never going to be a good time. I can start the business. I've got an ABN. And I even, in 2001, I went on and got my domain name and paid like $1,000 to set up everything. I think I was not long sober and just in that madness. But it's all coming together. Trust the process. So I've got all that. I've got everything for a website. I just got to find someone to come and build it for me.
Do you need help?
Yeah, I do. So let's talk business.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
She wets her pants over this shit.
Yeah, okay.
Carlie, tell us the name of your business.
My business was going to be Inspired Vision, but when it come to the time when I'd spoken with my accountant to activate the ABN and everything, and we jumped onto ASICS,
Yep.
and Inspired Vision was gone.
Ah.
So I'm sitting there going, Inspired Vision. I had my heart. I even gone on ChatGPT and done a whole business plan and
So there was no plan to do this.
there was no plan.
Business card.
I didn't. Yeah, I think ADHD's just gone. This is it. I'm gonna. And
I want to do it, but I don't know how to get there.
Yeah.
Okay, business card.
Oh, it's just about
names taken.
Yes, I was just about to do it all back to front and get the business cards made up and everything, but no. And then when I was on the phone with my accountant, I'm on my big screen at home going, okay, what words? And my dad used to love John Williamson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and the song Hey True Blue.
My best friend's brother, the one that calls you in the car, he loves John Wilson.
Yeah, True Blue. And I just went, True Vision. And I thought, no, that won't be there, And it was there. I just went, yeah,
Bang, I'll
I'll
take
take
it.
that.
I love it. True Vision.
True Vision. So
And you
it's-
offer Reiki healing, spiritual healing. What else?
Yes, Reiki healing, spiritual healing. I'm going to invest in the next couple of months.
Doing some extra training.
Well, no, I don't really need to do extra training. I'm not saying I know it all, but I'm not claiming to, and I do things my way.
There's no right or wrong.
There's no right or wrong. It's what vibes, and I don't think going out and getting more certificates that aren't. Look, I will not comply. I don't believe in the hierarchy.
I knew I liked you for a reason.
Look, it's one of those things. Is I'm going to dance to the beat of my own drum, and the right people that matter don't mind, and the people that mind don't matter. So
Reiki, spiritual healing.
Yeah, and I'd love to do the social coaching, maybe with NDIS, open that up as well, with working with people, the coaching, which I do now. I'm a mentor and coach, so take that out too. And my father, before he passed away, he was a keynote speaker and used to fly around Australia and do keynote dinner, motivational talks and things like that. So there's an opportunity for me to, when and if I get my shit together, they need there's no really good, I guess, vision impaired motivational keynote women speakers. So, and it comes down to confidence, I think. And I'm still learning, I'm still on the journey. I'm not going to get up there and fake it. I can't. I'm too, what you see is what you get with me. I can't.
And I think those people are the most trustworthy, so I think you've got that behind you.
Yeah, so it's I had a lot taken away from me with relationships and from men over the past that I'm just working out. The more work I do on myself, I go, oh, okay, it's a lot's coming up. So I'm on that journey of healing, but also finding my authentic self. And it's exciting because I still am learning daily on how I want to show up and be seen.
I think it's really important. I'm young and I'm comfortable saying that. Like I don't like when people are like, oh, I'm almost 30, I'm so old. That's my wife. She turns 30 in February and she's fucking having a mental breakdown about it.
Taylor.
Yeah.
She's always a cool one.
I know. But it's really nice to know that at 48 you're still, and women in general, not just you, women in general, have the ability to still learn about themselves.
100%. And I'm excited now. I used to be so shit scared, and I think, like Dad died at 48, and I flipped that. I don't know how, where, why, or what happened, but I've gone from going, shit, I'm nearly 50, to shit, I'm nearly 50.
Yeah.
Mate, I've got money, I've got everything, I get what I want when I want, I'm at a different stage in life. I can manifest anything I choose. Yeah. I don't get rejected anymore. It's a redirection. No one
Sarah always uses that.
Yeah,
all the time.
she loves that
like, it's not a rejection, it's a redirection.
Yeah, I don't get rejected from anything or anyone anymore. It's just thank you for your time. I'll try something else.
Or try another way.
I just feel
when you talk like that, I'm waiting for the crowd of people to be like like, talk about a keynote speaker, the way that you had just and this is what's happening, and this is what's happening, and the confidence and the voice gets louder.
Oh my God, I just got to burn you up.
You could absolutely do it because you've done it. So it's not like you believe it, you've done it.
I do believe it.
I just think that as a little girl, a child, even a teenager, you kind of look at adults or even women, older women, and you kind of assume, okay, there's going to be a point where it's going to make sense, and I'm going to feel comfortable, and I'm going to know everything I know about myself, and I'm going to be grown, and I won't have any questions anymore. But it sounds, what I'm understanding is, and having Beck as being one of my best mates at 40, she's 43, yourself at 48, my mum even, older women, you never stop having those question marks, but what you can create for yourself is the exciting question marks, not the question marks that make you shit your pants and you kind of walking around with your tail between your legs at all times, and you never know. It's almost as if you have the ability to still ask questions and be curious, but it's excitement.
Yeah. And what someone else thinks of me is none of my business.
Yeah.
I don't
you make it yours.
Yeah. I'm to a point now. I'm not here to please other people. It's just I don't have the time and
fucking energy for that. But from a kind and loving point of view, it's the right people just fit. They shouldn't be hard work. I no longer apologise for things just as a filler word. A lot of people, sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I will not be rude.
Meg, the other night, calls me and she drops the fucking hottest tea, like the most stressful situation. Tells me a really, really shitty situation. And then at the end of it goes, I'm so sorry to bother you. And I'm like, what the fuck?
She said, I'm now just going to have... No, she said, I'm just going to have a shower because I just need to decompress. And I was like, oh, fuck. Now, like, if you've already had a shower, nobody wants to have another shower. The steps to get in the shower are shitty enough as it is. Fuck. Now I know she's got to get in the fucking shower again. Like, just decompress.
Because you know that I have an early shower. I love that.
Yeah, but I also know that I struggle to get in the shower. Like, I get in, but I know that nobody likes fucking the steps to getting in the shower.
Yeah.
But I also know, great, now she's got to do it again just to fucking get some sleep because I rang her. Now, I know she doesn't mind it as well.
Yeah.
But, like, well, now I've just put her out.
I'm also the bitch that asked. I was like, hey, what happened with that? Blah, blah, blah.
That's what I mean. Like, I know that she didn't mind overall, but now I'm like,
I asked to hear this. It's not like she just called me
And I'm
out.
like, I feel so bad that you had to listen
This
to
bitch
that.
That's an authentic sorry, because
is.
I think that conversation just made she is sorry that she's put you through more.
Yeah.
It's those sorries that people
But I know
just
that I can
say.
pick her up tomorrow and do it all over again.
Yeah.
But the way you were like, I'm not fucking sorry, like you shouldn't be, and they shouldn't have
And
been
you
either.
shouldn't be sorry because that's your tribe, your people don't matter. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're there to go, fuck, if I've got to have another shower, I've got to have another shower.
Literally.
Yeah,
It's just like,
a pain in my ass, but I love you as a pain in my ass.
yeah, and like I have this thing with
Unconditional.
Taylor. I have this thing with Taylor where we've, in every situation, she might say it again, like, I'm sorry for blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, it's just what I've got to do.
Yeah.
Like, it's just what I have to do. Not because I have to and it's a chore and I'm like, trailing my feet behind, but it's just what I've got to do because I've chosen to love you. So it's just my responsibility now to do this.
Yeah. And that's where that unconditional comes in.
Yeah.
You take the conditions away and it's just, it might be heavy sometimes, but
And I feel that way about
It's
Mitch.
a
I feel
choice.
that way about Maddie. I
Yeah.
feel that way about my family. Like, it's just
how lucky
what you have to do. Yeah.
How lucky
How lucky
are you?
I mean, when you said like everything just fits, I'm like, that's where we're at.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
where I'm at in life, where things just make sense.
Yeah.
And we get to say, not today.
Yeah, and this is why I'm so grateful, because even I reached out to 3 job agencies and one was the only one that got back to me. And then I had an appointment at Penrith, and then I went back and done the diploma of counselling while I was waiting because, nothing better to do.
I did a diploma when I was pregnant with Georgia because I wasn't working at the time.
Yeah,
so I
and
thought,
needed
what
to
else
do-
am I going to do while I need to give
do
birth?
Couldn't fucking be me, bitch.
Yeah.
Be me.
I couldn't do it again.
Another
But
dip.
what else was I going to do while I was on maternity leave?
But it took 3 months for Centrelink to press a button for me to engage with what.
Yeah.
So I get that now because it happens with a few clients, but it was divine timing. Everything, all that uncomfortable, I had to get uncomfortable to get comfortable. All that uncomfortability.
Discomfort.
That comes from the
Discomfort
fucking
is.
guts.
Oh, that's okay. It's welcome.
No one's worth a tummy ache. But I love that. When you're skipping through the tulips, you don't grow. It's when you're in the shit that's where the
Yeah.
lessons are learned. And if you don't learn it in that instance,
You're gonna keep
the
fucking going
universe
through
is
it.
just going to go.
Just keep throwing them at you.
Same shit, different shovel.
Yeah.
And I can see that now. I see things. I'm losing this, but other shit's happening, and I'm like, how good is this? How scary and exciting at the same time.
Yeah.
Instead of, and I used to run a lot from fear, and that's why I drank a lot as well. It was all fear based. I look back now, and fear is false evidence appearing real. And that fear would come up in so many things for me, and it's just facing it and going, no, that's just your head telling you, you're safe. No one's going to jump in the second story fucking window and kill you tonight. And if they do, it's somebody that you know. Yeah, it's somebody you know. Like, I've got that chattery head, and I know now to chuck it. Google's my new BFF, has been for a while, and I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, hey Google, play high frequency meditation music, and I'll hone in on the chakra that I feel I need it to hear at the time, like whether it's the
Whichever one
bass.
feels beloved.
Yeah, or just come to me and I'll go play high frequency third eye and I'll go back to sleep, you know, instead of sitting there fighting that fucking head. It's just, you know, you can't do this, you can't, go and have a drink, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah,
Do you still have those thoughts?
Not anymore, I've done a lot of work, but yeah, not anymore, but maybe once in a while my brain will go, oh, it's a nice afternoon, I'm swinging on my Balinese chair out the back, a drink would be nice now. You know, it's just...
Do you instantly then go, don't be a fucking idiot, and then carry on?
Go and get a cup of tea or a cold can.
Get a water.
Yeah, get a water or something.
Hydrate yourself.
But, yeah, it's just a daily reprieve for that. So, and I love praying, you know, not to a God, or I'm not Catholic, but...
Just for higher being.
Just hand it over. I chatter a lot. Some days it's Dad, some days it's the bird out the front.
That's really interesting because for me, and I'm outing myself here, I'm being very vulnerable, I talk to the moon.
Yeah, the
at
moon's
any time
beautiful.
of the day.
I love that.
The moon and I are in a romantic relationship.
Yep.
I don't know if you know this, but she is a lesbian.
I believe that, the energy.
Yeah. Oh my God, a straight person gets it.
Yeah.
Because every
100%.
lesbian believes you.
Yeah.
I
Straight away, if you were to put that into perspective, I'd go, I agree.
fucking oath. Yeah, the moon is a lesbian.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Yeah.
And I'm in a romantic relationship with the moon, and I talk to her like it's like a person. I assume, because I'm not religious. I talk to her like I assume a religious person would pray to God. Like, not that I'm like I'm gonna go to a heaven or anything, but like, hey, I hope you're looking after me, and thank you for doing everything you've done, and I really value all the guidance you've given me. In the same way, and all the opportunities you've given me.
Everybody has their something.
Yeah.
And I even
It
went
all
like,
means the same thing in different languages.
yes, I don't know, full moon.
No right or
says,
wrong.
The universe praying is manifesting.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it all,
Yeah, and on a full moon, I make a note to be like, God, you look beautiful tonight. You're doing great, babe. Like,
Just feel the energy.
Yeah.
Just thanking
her.
I do the AA, not that should put it out there on social media or anything, just in case you do relapse and
it's technically anonymous.
AA is anonymous, but there's a beautiful third step prayer, and I'll share it with you ladies. It's, God, I offer myself to thee, to build with me and to do with me as you will. Take away my difficulties, that victory may bear witness to those I help with thy power, thy love, and thy way of life. May I do your will always. Now, that is not to God, you know, it's a God of my own understanding. And I think when people come into sobriety, and I did as well, I'm not doing that fucking Catholic shit, bullshit, you know, but I stuck around to see that it's actually a God of my own understanding. It's what, and I pray on a daily basis now, you know, I love it. I don't feel dressed. And even earlier, I got a sponsor, and she would say to me, I'd go, I just want, you know, get the, weeks and that. And she'd go, just do it one day at a time. Let's just get through to today. She'd say, just get up and make your bed. And I'd go, what's that got to do with anything? And now I cannot, you know, 5 years later, I've got to make my bed. I've got to say my prayer. That's what sets me
It's your
up.
morning routine.
It's a beautiful morning. And I even say that to people I work with. You know, your life's a mess. Just make your bed. It gives you shows you that when you go after all today and you've been out, you know, you come home and you've shown the respect that you're worth making a bed for to get back in it. Yeah, you are getting back in it.
And my kids find it funny because my husband leaves during the day for work, so he'll have a sleep, but he'll just get out of bed and go. I come home and I'm like, bed's not made, so I make the bed.
At like 4 o'clock.
Yeah, well, 5:30, so I get home.
Yeah.
I'm going to be jumping in bed soon.
Yeah.
And my kids are laughing like, you're just going to get back into bed, but I have to have a made bed to get back into.
Yes, yeah.
I can't pull the sheets down on a bed that's not made. Like, it's just how I am.
And I remember when I was around that period of drinking, you know, before I got sober, there were some days I didn't get out of bed. So to be able to go, no, I'm getting out, I'm making do.
Bed is for sleeping.
Yes.
And it's compartmentalizing that, right?
Yeah. And it's about, your room is like a recharge for me. So my bedroom at home is fucking beautiful. It's got beautiful sheets on it. I make the bed, you know, even this space that I'm in now, like I said, I've got the veranda I go in there and that's for me to recharge. That's where I love myself to go, you know what, put your head down on the pillow, recharge and go again the next day. And it's not for anyone else. I'm showing up for myself because I never used to have, I never used to love myself. And when I say love myself, I never, not like, oh my God, so pretty. It's like that authentic, you know, I deserve this.
Yeah.
I deserve nice things. And even the simple people, you know,
You
you
even
get your
deserve a
nails
good
done.
bed.
But I hadn't even seen your house, obviously. Why would I? Until today. But even I believe that with my whole heart because, like I said, it's set up like a fucking retreat.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm
I've got
walking
to
in
live
there,
it.
wait, so that I know that you're like, I deserve nice things. I'm like,
Yeah.
she fucking got nice things.
Yeah, energy wise, because I have lived, I grew up. See, and the thing is, a lot of people with, and I do a lot around addiction and relapse and things like that. And a lot of people do have that trauma story if they had fucking child abuse, they had, you know, they had reasons to drink. I didn't. I grew up in a really nice house down on the river, come from a really good family. I didn't have that excuse.
And like you said, addiction doesn't discriminate.
Exactly. So, you know, for me, alcoholism puts me in the gutter. Without it, it puts me in a really nice space. I'm living proof that there is a choice.
Yeah.
You know, I have got the fucking choice. It is up to me how I want to show up. And when I'm not well, I don't you lose all ideas of how to do that. And I guess it's so hard when you've got people going, just fucking snap out of it. And you're like, I don't know what I'm snapping out of with ADHD diagnosis as well. I get it now. I've got these isms. I was self-medicating to stop the fucking chatter. You know, I get that now. I've got an addictive personality. I've got 2 beautiful children that I can now lead by example.
And that's what I was going to say. What would you want for your legacy? Like, if your time comes one day, what do you want your legacy to be?
Well, my time is going to come one day.
Yeah. We all have an
100%.
What do you want your legacy?
What do you
want
want
to
your legacy?
leave?
What do you want?
I want to leave, like even my dad, he's left a beautiful park in in Glenmore Park, and, you know, for the people that knew him, he made a difference. He walked in a
Why
room.
did they name the park after him?
Because Dad did a lot around community.
Okay.
He used to be on a show pretty regular called The Ray Martin Show.
Okay.
He was a bit of a celeb,
Yeah.
you know, back in the day, and he's been gone 25 years, but even around Penrith, he was well known. He was going to be a footy player, but couldn't because of his vision and did other things.
How nice to have that. Like, I've seen it when my kids have played football.
Yeah, that's that.
And so when I look at it, I'm like, I have no idea. It's just Shed Camp.
Yeah.
Now
You can Google it. You can Google.
Yeah,
Google. He's in Wikipedia. He was on the news when he died, but you know, he left that legacy of, I guess, you can't love something without knowing hate. You can't know, like, you can't have love without hate. Yin and yang. You know, I've realised that nobody's coming to fucking save me. I've got to save myself. And I had to hit rock bottom to really appreciate what that looks like. And I had to, because I feel it's my calling to be able to sit with people and go, you know what, life's shit right now, but let's see what it's going to take to get your life back on track.
But also, how could you say I know if you haven't been there?
Exactly. I fucking know when I'm, you know, when I sit with a client, I'm like, it's your journey, but I get it. And you can't fake that. You cannot, you know, I don't know where my life is headed, but I just know I've got to just keep trusting the process, and I know it's going to be okay. I know I'm going to be financially, spiritually, physically.
I know it's going to be fucking fantastic because of the choices you make to make it like that.
Yeah, it's doors open. When you're doing the right thing, and I find you're connecting with the right people, doors open. When you're not,
good connections just sitting on this couch.
and that's why when
And I
you
think
said,
it's brought us to the next step of what are we doing? Not what are we doing with our lives, but let's get in touch more with what we're dealing with. And it's like, no doubt, we'll have questions after to be like, where are we going? How are we moving forward? Like, every person, and it should be like that you meet, not makes you rethink life, it makes you be like, hey, that's great, I want to jump on that.
Get excited about it. Start getting questionable. What
gets me is that for the whole of my life, I love listening to what makes people tick.
Yes.
What makes people love, what makes people get out of bed in the morning. And this is exactly what we do. So we've gotten to learn about so many medical issues with women and their children. People like yourself we get to meet. So that when I I'm like, I'm going to ask Carlie, can she watch this? Like, would that be weird? I'm like, I don't know. And that's when I asked her.
Weird because the work situation is the only reason
but
I
I
thought
didn't even consider that. I just thought,
fuck,
she
she's
needs to be
good at
fucking
this.
heard.
Yeah.
Because I was inspired and I didn't even know half of it.
Yeah.
And
I just knew a little bit.
Yeah, like when you put this together, I put it on my story, and that's how the word gets out. Like, I'm not saying I know millions of people, but I want to do something similar as well, because conversations, especially around, advocate for disability and just that motivational side and addiction and things like that. You guys, I love your energy and you complete each other, and I felt that when I listened to you.
Oh, thanks.
There's no
I think we just want a place where somebody can say when they hear the story, me too.
Yeah.
If they don't.
If not me too, then I want to learn more.
Yeah. And we did that. Remember Dana even?
Yeah.
So when I had my sister on and she spoke of my niece's passing and what people could do to become blood donors, Dana, who's a complete stranger, not to you, but to me and my sister, had heard the podcast like, hey, I'm going to try stem cells.
Yeah, I love that.
So somebody jumped on that and thought, how can I help if somebody else needed this?
Yeah.
And so that I'm like, something's clicking. Something's clicking.
You'll have to get me back every now and again to do a fun fact. A blinky fun fact.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Blinky. Blinky vision. Yeah, we call it.
Is that what people call it these days?
No, it's just what I call it.
I
don't give a fuck. That's what
I definitely want to catch up afterwards to see how the trek went.
Yeah, that's training. But a fun fact. Can I have some? Have you got notes? Money notes?
No, we don't carry money.
Cash.
But I heard she only saw us at work.
What is it?
Wait.
I'll show you. Because you know me, I ask questions all the time.
I have cash.
Do you want to hear my first question I asked? Sarah was like, Rebecca, and I was like,
I don't know the question. Wasn't it about wiping your ass?
Yeah, how do you know if you wipe? She's like, well, do I have to feel like shit? And I'm like, no, she's like, well. I'm like, okay.
Okay, I think I should have some money. Okay, fun fact.
Jesus. I don't know why I scream.
Yeah,
You do often scream.
I do it all the time.
Okay. Today's fun fact.
Yeah. I love it.
Are you going to show us something?
Yeah.
So the audio listeners are going to not catch this, but that's okay.
Okay, fine. No, we'll talk it out.
No, do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay, so what I've got is...
Sure, $50.
Yeah, I've got...
Oh, but you're not to tell her. She's going to tell you.
Oh.
And then you're going to...
No, we can do it together.
Okay.
Settle down, both of you. God.
Sorry.
Okay, the new 50s, you've got to get the right 50, but it would be good if I have more than that note.
Okay, that's a different one.
Okay, so I can tell, and the little bit of vision I have, mix those notes up and put them... I've got a 20 and a 50, I know that.
Hang
So
on.
mix them up, put one back in my hand, and I'll
What
be
if
able
I just
to...
put them in my pocket?
Yeah, well, let's not go there. I'll climb over back and come and get you.
Okay.
No, she said put one in your hand.
Oh, one.
Okay, now you can see, I can't see real well anyway, but
The
what I
eyes
do
are shut.
is...
She's not lying. So
I'm
I'm
not.
gonna
Okay,
take
you
that.
put one in here.
Yeah.
Now this is a... That's a 50,
Yeah, how'd you know?
because it's got braille on it.
Does it?
Yeah, so they all do. We
So,
learned this.
Where's the
the
braille?
braille's up the top. Is that the right way around?
No, it's upside
Okay.
down.
That,
What are you feeling, liar?
so,
Is that the right way?
a 20's got... Let me put them
That's
the right
upside down,
way up. Okay, so bottom... I don't know which way a note goes around, but you'll be able to probably see it.
And then
There's
we'll
braille.
explain it to you next time.
Yeah, a 5 has one braille, a 10 has 2
it's up the top.
dots,
Yeah.
and a
Oh, I
20
see
has
it.
3, and a 50
I
has
see it.
4. And a
But we
100
said,
has
how do you
5.
know you're going to get ripped off? So she full poured all that. So is that 4?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
So that's
50 is
5,
4.
10, a 20, and a 50. That's 4.
Oh my
That one has 3.
Does it
it's a
always
20.
have this?
No, it's the newer notes. The other notes, I don't know what notes I've got in here. I've got another note.
That's a 50 as well.
I've got 50s everywhere. Go, mate.
She's loaded.
Fucking loaded.
Yeah, so these other notes don't have it, the older notes.
Because one time at work, our elevator had was getting
Yeah,
had
plastic
all
thing on
padding all over it, and so clear padding was over the braille for the numbers.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, fuck, we didn't even think about Carlie. She can't even feel it properly.
So can you read braille?
Look, I could when I was 8. Now I don't need to. I've got apps. Mate, I usually wear headphones that talk to me. What did you say?
She goes, no, she doesn't.
She said, actually, I actually can't read braille, but they don't know that.
Let's advocate.
Advocate for the braille.
Yeah.
For our lady.
Tyson presses a button in the lift for me anyway.
Oh, good boy.
Yeah.
Good boy, Tyson.
He doesn't.
I said this.
He's
I do imagine that nowadays there is less and less and less visually impaired people reading braille because of the technology available.
A lot of people, I think, either like to do it or not. I don't have time to learn braille, and
Hey, whoa! You have time to start a business. You can read braille.
yeah, no, it just doesn't. It doesn't.
It's not aligning with it at the moment.
No, it doesn't align.
It's not in your beliefs at this stage. or
Visually
your
impaired
morals.
doesn't mean she has to understand visually impaired wording. Right.
Braille.
Yeah, braille. No, and I've got apps. I've got CAI.
That's what I mean. I wonder how many
I'm actually doing the old school now.
modern day people who are visually impaired. Yeah, there's just so much more technology, apps, and whatever.
Yeah.
That braille is probably a dying language.
Yeah, unless I guess it's totally down to the individual.
Yeah,
But I'm going to look at getting these glasses that talk to me.
that's hot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that might be the next thing. Just to, I've got the dog. He's great. He keeps me from gutters and walking into telegraph poles.
Boy, Joyce.
And he's so gorgeous.
He's so sweet.
Yeah, he is a good boy, isn't he? He's
Me?
He's like, talking about me?
He gets me really good seats on planes,
Yeah, he would.
don't you? I love you. And he chases the cats. But yeah, I'll have to come back after 20 days in Nepal.
Happy birthday.
No, thank you. And you know what? This is pretty big, being 48, and I'm manifesting a life greater than my wildest dreams. And this is, knowing back and working with her, I love everything about her, her energy and that. And
She's
just
best.
to know a little bit about you too, Izzy, and just go, mate, everything feels fucking right. I'd be probably at home listening to a reading book, doing something constructive, but I'd rather be here.
And to be fair, I know that this birthday for you was that bit extra special.
Yeah.
But you've even disclosed a few things that you even thought, oh, I'm not too sure about that today. So that's pretty that's a little bit healing. Do you find in yourself?
Yeah,
whether
definitely.
it gets out or not.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit for you. Obviously, it's not something that you've obviously spoken about a lot. But I feel like it's a little bit now or never. Whether everybody hears it or it's just yourself that said it.
And I guess it comes down to what platform you want people to see you on. But really, I don't care where, and I guess I've got my mum and others that they're old school, so it's like the old school, keep your feelings to yourself kind of thing. What are you doing? But yeah, it's like, don't tell everybody you dirty laundry.
Yeah.
But with me, it's about growth. I'm not ashamed of where I've come from. It is a part of my journey, and
I think we've all got those little skeletons, but I think there's also a massive part of it. It's like, hey, this is what makes me me.
And we're grateful to have you here, Carlie, honestly, especially on your birthday. It's been so lovely. It's been so lovely to have you. Hang on, I want to take a photo of this moment.
Well, I'm taking the sunnies off, so I've actually got a head.
Smile there. Oh, Dyson!
You're just going to be so jealous. She's like,
Tyson. Thank you so much. It's honestly been such a blessing.
And it was a bit scattered, but I love it.
No, it's still good. We're all a bit fucking scattered. And we're very grateful and we appreciate it. And I've learned a lot, and it's been just lovely to hear you speak. You're one of those people, I think, that you could be talking about Tyson's shit on the front lawn, and I'd be like, oh, tell me more.
Look at
Do you want to hear about Tyson's shit on the front lawn? It stinks. It's a stinky one.
Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We will see you next week. And
it's been fun.
it's been a good one.
I
How do we
think-
back this one up?
I don't know.
Well, it's someone else with their beautiful experience, strength, and hope. Keep doing what you're doing, because I
Don't
listen
you
to.
ever interview us?
No.
Times are changing. Yeah, I'll have to come in and interview you. But you really have to, start doing. Shut up.
No, I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to absorb with partners.
Nobody ever gives up. Not that they have to.
You've got to get out of your own way and just start that intuition that's telling you did not get a new lounge, you did not get all this to do, not go further.
Yeah.
So when that talk goes, oh yeah, but it's so hard.
We've put so much of ourselves and healed so much of ourselves in a short time to not have this go further.
Yeah, and it's we're doing it.
At this point, I don't know if there's 3 people listening or 12.
That's it. Well,
So
I can tell you how many people are
No,
listening.
I know, but I'm saying we're not doing this for like we're doing it for the audience.
Yeah.
We're doing this so somebody else can be like, hey, this is who I am.
Yeah.
And at the moment, it is just about being consistent, and growth has to be slow and steady. Everything looks green, and I mean that literally. When you look at analytics for growth, it comes up in green marks, which is a good sign.
Do you know green's the heart chakra?
It is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did know that. Yeah, it's been really lovely.
Been very
It's
inspiring.
beautiful. It's been gorgeous, and you're one in a million, Carlie. So thank you so much.
Thank you,
I
ladies, for
wanna go
holding
out
the
and
space.
I don't want to time mountains,
I'm
but
not
I'm going to be
going to.
cheering Carlie on.
Yeah.
More to be revealed. Watch this space.
Thank you so much. We'll see you guys next week.
Namaste.
Ooh.